All right, this has been one of my favorite ones to do is the tight ends, but it's also one of the most difficult because you've got to grade so many things and figure out the right balance. So I'm still trying to perfect that, but trying to balance the run blocking, pass blocking, the aspect of that, giving that the appropriate weight to it, and then their receiving grade and how much impact they have on the offensive side of the ball as far as moving the ball down the field and how good of a receiver they are, how effective they are with the quarterback. So this one's a tougher one to be able to grade, but I think I've got a good formula for it. The hard part for the Vikings, TJ Hawkinson been out most of the year, so all of the year so far, but most of the year up to. Looks like he's almost healthy. Looks like he's ready to come back. Might even play this week, tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett clearly not living up to expectations we had for him, so his role has been limited a lot more. Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft, all those are right in line with where everyone expected to be. But you see the grades, last year's grades on these guys. You can see it's clearly a stacked NFC North as far as tight ends go. So this is how I graded them last year. I've changed it quite a bit. So I didn't put all the definitions, but this is what I'm grading them off of, is the top four. The bottom I'm including on the sheet just so you guys can see their contested catches and drops because that's something important to me. But receiving grade is involved in contested catch and drops, so I didn't double do it. But run blocking, pass blocking, receiving grade, and yards, that's what I'm going to do the grading off of for these. So here is last year's grades. This is how they did in 2023. I had the Vikings number 1, the Lions number 2, the Bears number 3, and the Packers number 4. And it was all very close. And without TJ Hawkinson being involved this year so far, it's a lot closer than before. So here's this year's. I'm just going to jump right into it. Here's this year's, and I've broken it down. It's only the two. It's only those who qualified. So each team only has 2 so far. And you can see the Vikings is Johnny Munt and Josh Oliver, who have actually both stepped up and played very well with the absence of TJ Hawkinson. But the run blocking grades, then the pass blocking grades, then the receiving grades, and you can see that's really where Cole Kmet has separated himself. 75.5 receiving grade, and he's absolutely phenomenal so far as a receiver. I'll show the spreadsheet that I do in a second. 100% contested catch, and it's the most opportunities for contested catch. He's 4 for 4, which is really good. Nobody else. Most of the NAs mean they haven't had an opportunity. Most of the other ones, Tucker Kraft 0 for 2, 0 for 1 on Musgrave. 100%. Johnny Munt was 1 for 1, so it's not nearly as impactful. And then the drops. But as I said, the contested catch and the drops aren't included because I am including the receiving grade, but that's why his receiving grade is so high, 75.5. He's absolutely had a stellar year. 128.3 NFL pass rating when targeted by Caleb Williams, so looking really good. So here's the spreadsheet I use. I know some of you guys like to see this stuff, so I've included it in here so you can see it. I'll move that off. That's yards. 289 yards for him, 199 for Sam Laporta, 231 for Tucker Kraft. But the grades all reflect according to snaps and according to targets on the receiving. So it's all weighted. It all brings it up, brings it down. Accordingly, you can see the Bears have the highest grade on yards. Receiving grade, the Bears have the highest, but the Lions are right behind them. Pass blocking, the Bears are second behind the Vikings. The Packers would be third, right behind the Bears. And run blocking, looks like the Bears have the best grade on run blocking as well. Cole Kmet, 67.8. He's really been decent on run blocking. His pass blocking has been the more suspect thing. So I know this is the nerdy analytical stuff, but that's where they stand. And the Bears are total grade of 22.81. They're first. The Vikings are second, 19.82. Packers third, 19.45. And Lions fourth, 18.97. And really the thing that's hurting them, Sam Laporta has the majority of the snaps, and his pass blocking grade is the lowest out of everybody. Well, out of him and Luke Musgrave, but Musgrave hasn't taken nearly as many snaps. So interesting to look at this, to break it all down and to see how it all falls out. So far, Cole Kmet, spectacular. First third of the season looks really good so far. So we'll see how the remaining 2/3 of the season go, but that's how it pans out for the tight ends right now. And it's Cole Kmet carrying the weight. He's a top 10 tight end in the league. He's absolutely showing that he belongs every bit of accolade. In fact, I'll just throw this up here real quick. If you're looking at the top 10, according to PFF, offensive grades overall, I mean, this is everything: yards, touchdowns, receiving, drops, including blocking as well. You can see Cole Kmet's right there at number 6 out of everybody. You got Brock Bowers, George Kittle, Isaiah Likely, Mo Alley Cox, Trey McBride, Cole Kmet, Mark Andrews, Andrew Ogletree. So you got Cole Kmet right up there at the top. So he's fitting the bill so far this year. I mean, he's showing what we all know about him and what he's capable of, and he's showing it so far this year. So that's where they stand. I really like doing this one. I think evaluating the tight ends is one of the funner things to do. So let me know what you guys think. But we are 4 away from being done. We got running backs left, safeties, cornerbacks, and linebackers, and we're all done with evaluating. Then I'll do a whole compilation of seeing where each team stands all together with all of those rankings and where every team in the NFC North is, and we'll go from there. And then by the next time, we'll be into the divisional games. So we'll have a better look at how we look head to head against each other. So that'll be fun.